I remember 10 years ago when I was Minister of Youth and Culture, there was a quiet community called Dewan Vale in Trelawney, where a young 4-year-old girl, Natasha Brown, was abducted by her father's ex-girlfriend and beheaded. And she was thrown into a 25-foot sinkhole. This is not something that is new to us. It is something that is becoming an epidemic in our society to our children. In this region, the Latin American and Caribbean region, homicide is a leading killer of our children. It's 4 times higher than the global average. And so it causes us to pause every time. I'm personally saddened, but also I feel a level of frustration as a mother and as a leader in this country that almost every day we have to take a step back to condemn, express condolences, wonder why, stop as a parliament, implement CCTVs. The construct of a village raising a child is no longer in place. It's gone. And I don't know when in Jamaica this happened. It almost feels like it has happened overnight. I've said in this parliament several times before, I'm now on my way out of this parliament. Our single most urgent job as parliamentarians and leaders, 47% of our population suffers from personality disorder. When you have a young man that can slit the throats of 5 people in a home, and we see these things happening consistently, concurrently, something is wrong in this country. And we can't keep coming here and putting a Band-Aid on it. It is going to require extreme social intervention, preventative measures that will create another generation coming forward to stop it. Our sociologists tell us that it will take a level of 15 years to solve. And the fastest part of a child's brain development is 0 to 6. Prime Minister, I know you have your commission with Dr. Herbert Gale, Dr. Maureen Samsvaughan, and others. That commission needs to start moving quickly. And there has to be a bipartisan approach which really now goes into our society. The Social Development Commission needs more money. Our community centers need to be open. We need after-school care. We need more vigilance as parents. We need to understand the psychosocial behavior that people are experiencing. We need more child psychiatrists in this country. We only have 2. We need to incentivize our universities to train more child psychologists to put into our community. We need more guidance counselors from our basic school going right up. We need cognitive behavioral therapy for our young people. Our young people who have ADHD, we need to help them and we need to get and identify it. We need more people to be able to identify those things. It cannot be that we keep coming here. This little Danielle, I've been to Ananda Alert church services. I've gone to the funerals of young Natasha Brown, who was beheaded. I've gone to several funerals of children who have been murdered in this country. I see the parents cry. I see the mothers of young girls who have been murdered by their boyfriends cry. And we talk about gender-based violence in here. It's not going to solve until we in here solve it. I am tired of it. I'm a mother. All of us in here understand what that feels like. I don't know what that father feels like today. I read something in the Star that, you know, even the child's animal is not operating because of what has happened. This child died, it is reported, with tears on her face. I have goosebumps thinking about it. It could have been my child. And we come here all the time. I'm tired, Madam Speaker. We have to do something now. We can't put a motion in place to debate it. Prime Minister, we have to do something. If it means that we come to Parliament even one day and say the time has come for us to put the mechanisms in place for children to have better nutrition, for parents to have parental seminars, for there to be mandatory circumstances, to add the additional expertise in the schools to guide our children in a particular way, for taxi drivers to have cameras who carry children, all of those things we need to start doing. And I say to all of the parents who have experienced this kind of thing, whether it is from a domestic person who has hurt a child, or just out of the blue with a stray bullet killing a 2-year-old who is sitting at a bar, or on their bed, or burnt up in a fire because of somebody who is just upset about something, that all of us in here, are grieving with you. And it is not only a grieving of the last 2 days. This is a permanent grieving that we all feel. For the country, for the people, for the parents. But I'm just saying.
What can we do? Let us start by giving the police all the resources they need to catch the perpetrator. Then let us strengthen the systems in the courts so that they will find them guilty. And for this crime, that is the worst of the worst, let us hang them by the neck until they are dead.
Let us do something about it by starting to share information about this case so that the perpetrator can be brought to justice. We do not know the circumstances behind it. And in our system, the courts will have to make a determination and pass sentence. Views have been expressed in this House and outside of this House regarding the deterrent effect of sentencing. I make no pronouncement on it whatsoever, except to say that this crime is so gruesome that it deserves the full force of the law and justice.